I feel bad for saying this.
They're freaking gross.
Like, I feel like that opens you up to so many potential hazards and risks. So today I want to talk to you guys about TJ Maxx, or TK Maxx as we know it in Europe. Apparently they are one in the same store, but TK Maxx had to be so called because the TJ Maxx trademark was already claimed by somebody in Europe. I did, however, notice a couple of small differences upon visiting a store in the USA, that is TJ Maxx. I come from a long line of bargain hunters. I absolutely hate buying anything full price and then finding out that somebody else got it for cheaper. It's like a sport, the sport of shopping. TJ Maxx, TK Maxx is a very special breed of sport though, in the sense that if you want to go there, you need to be in the right mood. Like, you need to be ready to hunt for things. Things will not just present them to you beautifully in merchandising because that's the way the store is laid out. No, you need to go looking for the things. You have to be in the right kind of mood to visit a TK Maxx store, TJ Maxx store. I'm just going to say TJ Maxx going forward. I have a thought about how the store could even do better in sales. And who am I to say anything? I don't know anything about sales or marketing or anything. But I believe shops that sell stuff like TJ Maxx. Oh, I did it again. I think they should be open specifically between the hours of 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. because drunk people will buy all kinds of stuff. And you find the most random stuff in TJ Maxx. They would maximize profits if they started selling their weird stuff to people who are drunk. And I think TJ Maxx definitely gives you retail therapy, if you've heard that expression. I encountered two women on this trip to TJ Maxx. One was a woman who went in the store with her big trolley, and as soon as she went in, she went, ooh, ooh, ooh. Like, she was there. She was so excited to be hunting. And the second woman I encountered when I had been there like a little while and my cart was pretty full. See, I said cart, not trolley for you American viewers. And she stopped and looked in my cart and I was like, and she goes to me, oh, I just like to see what other people buy here. I just thought that was so interesting. Anyway, here's a little glimpse at my experience.
America. About the same amount of shoe aisles. Shoes are also a pretty big deal in TK Maxx, and it looks like they are here too. Again, very different brands. Now I feel we're getting into the real good stuff, the stuff people love TK Maxx for, the random shiz. The random shiz is just the bomb. It's like one of the only vegetables I eat. To say this definitively, chia seeds are freaking gross. I've bought chia seeds so many times with the intention of being like, oh, I'm gonna get healthy on chia seeds. They're freaking gross. At no time do I think chia seeds are gonna make this taste better. I know they're for like healthy options, but no, you can keep your chia seeds. So specific. It just makes iced s'mores. I love home stuff. I can't buy any of this because it won't fit in my suitcase. I love home stuff.
So the first thing I noticed about TJ Maxx, especially in the USA, is that it is a treasure hunt. Like I said, the random stuff that you find in TK Maxx is really fun, but the stuff you find in TJ Maxx is eclectic. There is an even bigger selection of just the most random, and I have to say this word because sometimes you need to curse for emphasis, the most random shit you will ever find is in TJ Maxx. However, it can be a little frustrating when you find something that you think is cute, like a top or whatever, and they only have it in 2 sizes. But that's the nature of TJ Maxx. It's like where designer brands go to die. So a lot of times you'll find like an extra small and an extra large, but you will not find mediums and larges. The other thing is you have to buy those items right now or they will be gone. You cannot like, well, you could, I guess. Does anybody else, when you see something that you like and you're not sure if you want to do it, just like hide it somewhere in the store? And I don't think that's against the rules.
It's not legally wrong, but is it morally wrong?
Like, you just find a little display and just like put it in the back of something you think people won't be looking at that much, just so it's there when you go back next time. I mean, if somebody in the store is working, and I have worked in stores, and happens to find it, fair play to them, but you know, you've just tucked it away in case you want it tomorrow. I realize that's annoying for the people working there, but I paid my time. Oh my gosh, she's snoring so loudly right now. I don't know if the mic is picking that up. If you want to see more of Chewy, by the way, you can check out patreon.com/Jennings or YouTube channel membership right here. This week we went to a market and the supermarket in Spain, and I just show you the layout of those things. It's a lot of fun if you want to see behind the scenes footage. If you're not in a position to do so, just like, comment, subscribe. The other thing about TJ Maxx that I don't think is the case in TK Maxx so much is there's a lot more makeup choice, and while a lot of times in TK Maxx you get broken makeup, in TJ Maxx you get returned makeup, allegedly. So I actually ended up going down a deep dive, and this is apparently a thing that people have proven. In the USA, in like places like Sephora and stuff, you are allowed to return makeup once you've opened it, and as far as I understand, you are not allowed to do that in most parts of Europe unless like there's something really wrong with it. You can't just say, oh, I didn't like it, and return it, like if you feel it was broken when you opened it or something. But in America, people try something and they decide they don't like it and they return it. I hear they're supposed to throw this stuff away when they get returns like this, but they don't, allegedly. A lot of times they will rebox it and ship it off to stores like TJ Maxx, allegedly. And I found when I was looking at the shelves, this was very much the case. Like there were things in there that looked like they had been opened and used. Like I feel like that opens you up to so many potential hazards and risks with pre-used makeup. But moving on, I found the pet stuff was insanely good in TJ Maxx. There is a small selection of pet stuff in TK Maxx, but as ever, the choice in the USA is just huge, and your pet stuff had so many things. Plus, I hear that TJ Maxx is pet friendly, so you can bring your pet in. I've always wondered if anybody has tested this theory. Like, could you bring, I know a couple of my viewers have ferrets. Could you bring your ferret into the store? Like, would that be okay? Or is it just exclusively like dogs and cats? Could you bring a snake? The next thing that was a huge difference for me in the American TJ Maxx versus TK Maxx was the brands. I did not recognize a lot of the brands.
Honestly, bags usually is the best that TK Maxx has. Like, bags are the best section in TK Maxx. There are a lot of bags here. If that's all of it though, it's about the same size. I feel like the brands aren't as good here. Like, in TK Maxx back home, I think you get more fancy brands. I was kind of hoping to get sunglasses. Of course, maybe it's that I don't know all the brands. I see Tommy Hilfiger and Steve Madden, but I've never heard of Fire & Co. And I didn't even know Martha Stewart did anything but cook and go to jail.
Now, when it comes to the big designer labels, of course I recognize those, but in a lot of cases there were things that I didn't even know were a thing. So initially I thought, oh, TJ Maxx doesn't sell as many good labels as the European TK Maxx. But then I realized, no, maybe you just don't recognize these labels. And apparently the idea of reselling these designer brands has become big business, especially in the online market. And supposedly that spoiled the store a little bit for just casual shoppers. So according to my research, people go into TJ Maxx, and they specifically seek out like really good bargains, and they know the times that the stores restock this stuff, and they go in and they load up on the stuff and they get all the good stuff basically before it's just generically on the shelves for everyone, and then they upsell it online, which of course is good business, but just sort of takes the sport out of it for just the casual people like me. Oh, and another thing was they sell wedding dresses in TJ Maxx. Like, what? That's great. Like, I am not getting married, but were I getting married, I would be like, this is a great place to buy a wedding dress for cheap. And finally, the biggest thing I noticed, and I feel bad for saying this, and I don't blame it on the individual staff members, but something is very wrong with the infrastructure of organizing how efficiently the store runs in TK Maxx. I'm confusing my own self. When you're in TK Maxx in Europe, it doesn't matter if I'm in England, if I'm in Ireland, if I'm in Spain. The tills take forever. The queues are humongous. Now, maybe I just lucked out in this particular TJ Maxx, but I walked up to the till, I was standing behind two people, and within 3 minutes, I paid for my stuff. And the girl who I was speaking to was lovely. Again, that could be totally like individualistic, it was just my experience, but from that perspective, the store ran very well.
I would say the biggest difference between TK Maxx and TJ Maxx from a completely subjective standpoint is I have never gone into a TK Maxx and not been standing at the till forever, and their tills in there just seemed a lot more efficient. I don't know what it is about TK Maxx, if there's some kind of problem with how things are run or there's an actual computer error, but you're always waiting. So here is what I bought, a little revolution thing. It was only $3.99. I bought a portable hairbrush because actually I did not bring one for this trip, so that will come in handy. And it was only $4, $3.99. You're not kidding me. I know the 1 cent rounds up. And some fake nails because they're really cute, and sometimes a girl just can't be bothered to get them done properly. And finally, some $12.99 Tommy Hilfiger sunglasses because I left my sunglasses on a table at VidCon, and ever since then I've been squinting. Yo, yo, yo. What was that? I don't know. I really do forget about the sales tax being added at the till though. Like, even though I know it in the back of my mind, it's still kind of a surprise every single time.
So if you're a manager at TK Maxx, please talk to somebody higher up and explain to them that something in the system is not working in Europe, because it is always the biggest headache. And if you have to return anything to TK Maxx, my God, you will be there for at least half an hour because the whole system is just so inefficient. So maybe you guys need to talk to your amigos in the USA because they seem to have their stuff together when it comes to the running of the store and customer service. All that being said, I will still continue to shop in TK Maxx, but it's been a really interesting experience checking out their sister TJ Maxx in the USA. And I do love a bargain, so it's like just my own little treasure hunt. Let me know your favorite place to shop for a bargain below in comments. That's it for today. See you guys on the other side. Bye.